The next morning, I returned to the market carrying the same basket of vegetables, but my mind was not as quiet as before. The words the stranger spoke the previous evening were still echoing in my thoughts. No one had ever spoken to me like that before. Most people looked at me with suspicion or pity, but he had looked at me like a person whose silence meant something important. I tried to focus on arranging the tomatoes, peppers, and onions neatly on the small wooden table, but my mind kept drifting back to that strange moment when someone finally noticed the pain behind my quietness. The market slowly became crowded again. Traders shouting prices, customers bargaining loudly, children running between the stalls, while dust rose from the busy road. But even with all that noise, I noticed him again, walking through the narrow path. Between the tables, the same calm face, the same steady eyes. When he reached my table, he greeted me politely, before looking at the vegetables. "You started early again," he said gently. I nodded quietly, not trusting my voice. He picked a few vegetables and placed them in a small bag, then stood there for a moment as if he was thinking deeply about something serious. The silence between us felt different from the silence I usually lived with. Finally, he spoke again. "I have been watching how people treat you here," he said slowly. "You work quietly while others whisper about you." My chest tightened immediately, but he did not sound like he was mocking me. Instead, his voice carried concern. "You should not have to face this world alone," he continued. "Life should not be this heavy for someone so young." Then he said the words that made my heart freeze. "If you agree, I can marry you," he said, "and you will not have to struggle like this anymore." For a moment, the loud market seemed to disappear. I stared at him, trying to understand how a stranger who barely knew me could suddenly speak about marriage. Part of me felt hope rising quietly, but another part of me wondered if this unexpected offer could be another doorway into a life I did not truly understand.